talked about speaker notes and cue cards and how to use them. Now, let's look at how to keep your audience hooked. It's important to engage the audience and keep the interaction going right throughout. You want to get their attention right from the start and hold it. When you have your audience's attention, don't let it lapse. It's a proven fact that really close attention cannot be maintained for any more than 10 minutes, and after that, the attention span lapses. There are ways and tricks to keep your audience hooked, even if you have a full day's presentation. You have to be aware of how your audience is reacting. Are they interested or are they bored? Do they look confused? Are they still with you? Some ways to keep them hooked are by using vocal variety. That means using your voice in different ways to keep the audience interested. Getting louder and more excited to get the energy up. Lowering your voice as if you're telling them a secret to grab their attention. Adding sound or music at appropriate intervals to maintain interest. This is always effective, as we know from our experience with movies. Music is also always good at the beginning of a presentation and during the short intermissions. Short and relevant video clips will always break the monotony of a long presentation, lecture, or training session. The best way to get attention and to keep it is by telling relevant stories, anecdotes, and jokes, and to inject some humour into your presentation. Visual aids, for example, PowerPoint, will provide a visual stimulation and relevant notes and information for your presentation. Demonstrations can be useful when you need to show how something works or functions, and a great way to keep your audience engaged, especially if you can get a volunteer to come up and help you to get involved in the demonstration. Props are a good way to create curiosity or show an example. Again, make sure that your prop is relevant and that you can use it to demonstrate a point or an argument. Silence. Now, this is a subtle but very effective way to curb restlessness or private discussions that may occur during your presentation. It's amazing how everyone stops talking when you stop. Moving and changing position, especially when changing subjects, can be quite effective. The change of position brings attention to you as the speaker. Using your hands and your body to act out certain scenarios is a great way to grab and hold the audience's attention. But remember to use gestures to your advantage rather than your disadvantage. Using too many gestures and waving your arms around madly or having jerky movements will only distract your audience. Maintaining eye contact with the audience will keep them engaged and will also let you see whether you have captured their interest or whether they look bored. Asking relevant questions of the audience as a whole makes them sit up to attention. Put a question to the group and then pause to indicate that you are expecting a reply from them. If it's a small group of no more than 12 people, you could go around the table or the room and get everyone to participate. Or you could have a brainstorming session. Activities and exercises are great at getting the audience to participate by getting them to actually do something. It always keeps them interested. Remember that activities should always be applicable to your topic. You could get your participants to pair up or work in groups of 2s or 3s, or split up into 2 groups if you only have a small group. Activities can take the forms of discussion groups, role plays, or short written exercises and/or questionnaires.